At 8 years old, my best friend Jenny and I conspired to get rid of our fat. It was 1981. We barely watched television, so we had no real idea of media-generated ideals. And yet, we thought we were fat. Years later, I would see pictures of us, as if for the first time, and realize we were actually lean and willowy. Soon I'd see that my hair was curlier, my nose wider, my stature shorter than most women I knew or saw in the media. And while the temptation was really great to begin some never-ending body project, the temptation was far greater to become consumed in something else, life. I wanted to be a girl who lived life in a way that mattered, not the girl who made her weight matter. I didn't want to become a woman who was consumed by her body. I wanted to become a woman who was consumed with her life. I wanted to do things that frightened me so I could learn unequivocally that I was bigger, better, braver than my fear. I wanted to be a woman who traveled to far-off places and places nearby so I could better understand myself and others. I wanted to fully embrace making memories rather than living entrenched in regret. I wanted to be a woman who took herself not too seriously, but took life seriously enough. I wanted to be the type of woman who could fully embrace her friends because she wasn't distracted by anything else. I wanted to love myself enough so that I could love someone else well. I wanted to respect myself enough so my children never knew anything else was possible. I wanted to be over myself enough so I could be about something other than myself. I wanted to make choices that were not defined by how I perceived my body, but instead by how I define my soul. I wanted to understand that my body is a vehicle and a gift, not a trophy. And I wanted most of all, at the end of my life, to look back at it and say I lived it just the way I wanted, not in fear and loathing, but in love and intention, in earnest commitment and purpose. To be that woman, I needed to get out of my head, over myself, and into my life. Ultimately, that's what we all want, isn't it? Beautiful You, A Daily Guide to Radical Self-Acceptance is the book that will get you there. By taking the Beautiful You journey, you alight on a path that allows you to settle into who you are and gives you the tools you need to be your truest self. Too often, we believe we will only be content when our body changes. Actually, we will finally be content when our mind changes, when we give ourselves permission and the tools to be content. If we stop the world's racket and engage deliberately in our lives, we change ourselves. Let's see beauty in a way that is true to who we are and not in the way the world hands it to us.